Hello everyone, welcome back to Stoppage Time Chats. I'm here with Miss Kendall Showers.
Hello.
And this is episode 5. If you want to watch any of the past episodes, that'll be on my YouTube channel, and it's also linked in my bio on my Instagram. I feel like this conversation has been a long time coming because we've known each other for basically the past 10 months during the season, and we've talked about a lot of things we're going to talk about today, but I wanted to do a podcast because I feel like you have a lot to share, and I think a lot of people will take a lot of advice of what we have to say. And I like to start, with the past episodes, I like to start with the beginning of everything. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to know how you got started playing, and kind of going from there.
I think I just started like any other kid in Timbits. I was 5 years old or whatever, and growing up, I never actually really played competitively or at a high level until I was probably in grade 8 or 9.
Okay.
And
you
that
just playing rec?
Yeah, I was playing rec. It was competitive A, what you would call it, but it'd be tier 4 now.
Okay.
So I was just
having fun.
Yeah, I was just having fun, but I was kind of popping off at the same time in tier 4. So at some point, I was playing up for my sister's teams because she's 2 years older than me, and then I kind of just, I was just asked to make the jump from tier 4 to tier 1.
Okay, that's a big jump.
Yeah, but I don't know, I was always just good, I was just kind of I was just good, so it wasn't too bad. And then
were you always at the top, striker? Or were you
I played goalie as a kid, and they would stick me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would stick me as the sweeper.
Sweeper keeper. Yeah, I've definitely been
and I played in the midfield, but yeah, my natural position I think is the number 9. Yeah. And then once I made that jump, then again, I still was just there to have fun. Mm-hmm. And so I had a hard time with the commitment and really caring about it enough to pursue it at a higher level. And I played tier 1, and then I decided I wanted to play tier 2, and my mom's you don't care enough to play at a high level.
Yeah.
Until high school, and then and then I started playing up 2 years above me.
In high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from there I got recruited to play at the local university in my hometown, Calgary. And yeah, I played 1 year there. Same thing happened.
Same thing, yep. So going back to younger years, you throughout the whole time you were just playing to have fun.
Always.
And when you weren't having fun, you're I don't really care too much about
exactly.
it.
Once the fun got taken out of it and there was politics involved, I just kind of I shut down, I guess you could say. And I was always just there for the friends, the social aspect, and I just wanted to have fun. So,
yeah, but also knowing you having fun is being competitive and being
yeah, I definitely have that that dog in me, but
I got that dog in me.
But yeah, it was always just for fun.
Okay, and then did you play other sports growing up, or was it just football?
Kind of I played volleyball in junior high, and I was always super athletic, badminton. I played badminton. I won in badminton in junior high.
But yeah, not through high school or
No, just junior high.
Oh, okay.
Loved badminton. And I didn't even play soccer in school, at school. You have a school soccer team. Yeah, I just played club because I was I don't really care. And then I played in grade 12.
Funny.
I literally won an award. And I didn't go. I was I didn't even know I won an award. I was
that's not even, that does not surprise me.
My coach was where have you been, Kendall? You're in grade 12. I was
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So, having that mindset growing up, you never had the aspirations to, play at a high level or, play professional or whatever. You're just doing it for fun.
Absolutely not. I had no...
Absolutely.
I had no... You know what, my mom calls me a late bloomer, and I didn't know what I wanted. I was I just want to be happy in life, and soccer was what made me happy, so I played it. I hated school. I didn't even think I was going to go to university, I didn't know. And then when I got my scholarship to go play, I was okay.
Sure.
And it took a little convincing to get in because I didn't have very good grades because I just care about school or anything, unfortunately, but I got in and it changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, like going to university and doing all that. So.
Yeah, and now you have your degree.
Yeah,
obviously
I do.
And also like back to like your mindset like growing up, because you like thought that way, was there still like any like athletes or like sports people that you idolize or look up to, or was it just all like it's fun, like I don't really have someone I'm like aspiring to be?
I honestly like I didn't really watch soccer growing up. I mean I'm Canadian, so any sports I'd watch on TV would be like hockey. It wasn't until like I graduated university and kind of like got back into the game where I started, you know, really tuning into like the WSL and the NWSL. But
Okay.
yeah, growing up I didn't have anyone I looked up to.
Damn, okay. That's interesting, because I feel like even like in Canada, like you guys produce a lot of like like stars.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Like I knew who Christine Sinclair was, obviously, but like I never.
Like she wasn't someone you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to meet this person.
Yeah.
Okay. So you obviously got up into your college experience. I want you to kind of go more into that, because I feel like that was, from what you've told me, like it was a very pivotal time in your life, especially with the sport.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I may not have to say it, but you probably already know. Like I just wasn't very committed to the sport when I was young, and when I went into university, it was kind of like a wake-up call. Like I remember, you know, preseason, like we had 4 trainings a day, and it was just like it was 4 days, like it was crazy, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, this is not fun for me. We had 15 rookies my first year, which was also like instrumental in like the reason as to why I hate, like it just didn't work for me, because like that's like half the team, and like no one was redshirted, and so we were always fighting for, you know, a place on the 18th.
Was your year coming in like a rebuilding year?
Yeah, okay. Big rebuilding year. And yeah, like it just, I remember getting there, and you come from being like in any situation like that when you go into a university, it's like, and go to play there, like you were the best player on your team, but you go there and everyone's just as good as you, or better.
Same level,
right?
Like,
so you have to get used to that. You have to adjust, and like mentally, emotionally, like, you know, I wasn't ready yet, I don't think, for that sort of commitment. And so, you know, unfortunately I let like my like free spirit get take over, and I decided to do other things instead of like really focusing on the football side of things. So I ended up only playing 1 year.
Right. And but then you finished your degree.
I finished my degree.
Like you dropped out of school.
No, I like I credit my university coach for like contributing to the person I am today, because without him and his support and getting me into university, I probably wouldn't be where I am. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So graduating college, and then you were 22, 23? I
don't even remember how old I was. 2019, so that was 7 years ago. I was like 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel
23.
like, because I obviously only know you now, like you playing professionally, but how would you describe like, would you call it your in-between years between the sport? Because it's like college and then what you're doing now. Like, how would you describe that time?
That's so funny. I quit soccer for a couple of years, like after my whole situation. Like what happened was like I was drinking too much, I got in trouble, and I got benched, and I had to kind of like build my way back up, and like I lost so much confidence, like I didn't even want to touch the ball. And that's like, as any player like knows, like that's a horrible feeling to have when you're on the field and you just don't want to get the ball because you're scared to make a mistake. Yeah,
and especially your position too. Like your position is like that plus scoring goals, so there has to be like a performance aspect to it. Yeah,
and so like I was just not okay. And I just prioritized other things, and like myself, you know, another big thing is like I needed to focus on school because I had to learn how to study in university because I never did in high school. So that was a big thing. And so when I quit, you know, there was a piece of me missing, I think, but it was good for me to like miss the game and step away. And then I ended up just going to play like, you can call it beer league, but like women's, you
like
know,
co-ed,
like boarded indoor, like what you grow up playing. And and then like falling in love with the game again after that. And then I ended up coaching at getting my coaching license, and
you coached for a while.
I coached for 3 years this APDL 08 team, and you know, they were like some of the best young players I've ever seen, and that like re-sparked my passion for the game, because I would like step in and play with them, and I'm like, okay, I still got it.
I still got it.
Yeah, and so that is really like what I say, like I kind of found it again. I found the passion, the why, and like fell in love with the game again, and so that's what kind of got me back into wanting to play like competitively. And yeah, that was like right like after COVID. So
okay. And then with that team too, I know you said that you went to London
to
play. Was that like how recent was that? Like, was that towards the end of your coaching time, or was that like?
Yeah, so I mean, coaching's obviously such a huge commitment, and I was working full time, and I actually had 2 jobs at the time.
Yeah.
And with like coaching such a competitive team, it was just like, you know, it was basically like almost every day of the week I was doing something. So I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2022 when we went to England, and we went on this like Live Like a Pro tour with a guy who runs it. A lot of teams in Calgary do it, and we traveled around London, and we ended up playing like the Chelsea U18s at Cobham, and like, you know, a couple other teams, and so that was really cool. But that 2022 I think.
So
was it? I don't even know. It was
around that time.
Yeah.
Well, so with that trip, and also just like the 1 or 2 years leading after that, what would you say attributed to you being like, oh, I want to go back to this, I want to like get into the sphere of like professional or like high competitive play?
So I ended up playing at a co-ed tournament. It's like this big tournament in Lethbridge in Alberta.
Okay.
And I don't know, like playing with boys and guys is like so fun for me, because I'm like an aggressive player, so I like to like I like to
physical.
Yeah, so it just, I don't know, I was like, this is really fun, and so I got into co-ed, and I was like, I'm really like playing well at like against these like major league men's players, you know, so I was like, okay. And then it's funny, like I was playing in like, I would say like 4 summers ago, I was playing Division 2 women's.
Yeah.
Okay, like, so Division 2 women's, I think I scored 35 goals that season. Like that was just.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it was just like it's Division 2. Like I don't know how to describe the level.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't that good, and I'm like, okay, I need to do more. Than this.
Like you're wanting more than just that.
Yeah, and then I just like from there I just kind of started really focusing on playing all the time, and like playing up and like really focused on my stats and all that. And then they have this league in Canada it's now called APL, it's the Alberta Premier League, but it used to be the League One, which they have around Canada. And it was the second year it started, and I was like, I'm just gonna try.
It's like the equivalent of like the USL Women's League in the US.
I think so.
It's semi-pro.
It's semi-pro, yeah, exactly. And like they used to have the UWS, and so I saw it, like, you know, that was really big in Calgary for a while, but then they had this semi-pro league, and I went to some of the games. I'm like, I think I can do this. And so I ended up playing, one of my old coaches, he was coaching a team, and that season, that was 2 summers ago, I was the top goal scorer in the province. So I was like,
Just like keep
yeah,
this might be
I might be onto something here. So yeah, that's kind of like how I ended up really wanting to pursue high level. And like, I'll be honest, I had a lot of regrets, like as like growing up over the last, 10 years, like not playing university and like not really seeing like how far I could go, because I think deep down, like I always had this potential, but
you just didn't have the right mindset.
I just didn't have the right mindset. I was just like, unfortunately, wanting to do, other fun things. But I was like, okay, I think I can do this, and so I tried, and it worked out. And
well, you said she, before playing for our team in Santa, she played for OFI before this. Describe how you got the opportunity, because you don't have an agent right now.
No, I don't have an agent. And so basically what happened was, like, I played really well this semi-pro league, and was able to play with UWS, which was like, I guess the one above it, like it's amateur, whatever. And I, did well there too. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to try and see if I can go play overseas or something. Like, let's just see what happens. And so, my coach who I was playing for, like, knows a couple people around, like, England and that. So he's like, do you want me to try and reach out to them? And I said, sure. But then, actually a girl on my team, her dad, who I didn't know, like, was the co-owner of Ophi. And so she's Greek, and so she's like, I was just chatting with her one day. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go play soccer in Greece. I was like, how? How are you doing that?
How are you?
They're gonna pay you? How are you gonna do that? And she just told me, and I was like, okay. And then I told my coach, like, can you reach out to him and see if they need a player? And then, like, it was like, that was summer, and in November I had a conversation with him. It was like around Thanksgiving in Canada, and then January I was in Greece.
Quick turnaround there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because you obviously told me that before, but I just wanted to bring that up because I feel like playing professionally, like anywhere in the world, but especially like overseas, like from Canada and the US, like you either have an agent or you don't, and the stories about like people that don't have an agent and like it just happens to appear, like it's the coolest thing to me because you could really play anywhere if you just know the right people.
Exactly. I think like for me it's been about who I know and like making a name for yourself in the community, and like that sort of reputation like goes a long way. And so like I'm so fortunate to have even gotten the opportunity, and I've just been lucky like to without anyone else really helping me.
You have to be your own advocate.
Exactly. So definitely really lucky.
So now obviously you having experience like playing in Greece for a year and a half, how would you describe women's football in Greece?
How would I describe women's
It's a huge question. It's a very big question.
I would describe it as archaic.
That's a great word.
Archaic. I would say it's just behind like
so many years,
a decade if more behind. Just like with resources and like especially the women's side, I care so much about this, and I know you do too. Like just like representation and all that. I just think like they're lacking in so many different areas, especially on the women's side. So that's how I would describe it.
I think that's a great word to describe. And like for me, like I only played 3 years in college, and you played 1.
Mm-hmm.
How would you even describe that 1 year experience compared to here? With like the resource, like just everything, like it's just such a huge difference.
Completely different. Like you go into university, and like I mean you don't know what you're gonna walk into, but they have the resources, they have the funding, and so it's like everything's there for you already. Everything's organized, everything's available. People know what they're doing, and I guess that, and then you come here and like unfortunately the women's side just doesn't have that sort of money, and it's a business, but I don't think the businesses make any money like we talked about.
I don't think the people that run the business side of things here in women's football in Greece is like the right people for the job. Like they don't know, like women's football is completely different than men's football in my eyes, like, with everything. And for me it's also a bit frustrating because in college, like you just said, they have the money, they have the resources, and that also isn't just from the women's program, it's from like all the other sports programs, so just the university in general, like they have stuff to help. But even on like in football in Greece, like with all these like big teams, they also have a men's side. The men's side makes money, they just don't want to invest in the women's side. And like we were talking to one of our teammates yesterday, and I was saying how the championship is probably going to be played in a men's stadium. The one time that they're going to be able to play in a men's stadium, it's a nice stadium. Like they have the infrastructure here. They just decided not to do it.
They just don't want to. They just don't want us here. It's like, it's still like, I mean, unfortunately, there's still like a power dynamic, and men take priority over women, and it is what it is. But you come here from a place like Canada, and it's all about like women breaking barriers and glass ceilings, and like there's so much, so many people fighting for equal rights and pay and all that, and then you come here and you're like, holy crap, I think I just went back into the future, or back into the
Let's see what it's like.
into the, what is that called? The past.
Yeah, the past.
Like 30 years. Like,
no,
where
exactly.
am I?
Like the stuff that like with the US team, like the 99ers, the stuff they talk about or they had to deal with, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm dealing with that right now, and that was how many years ago?
Yeah.
Like that's just it blows my mind coming from like the areas of life that we've come from.
I know. They need to take some like, someone from here needs to go travel to North America and see what they're doing, and they need to bring it over
just
here.
Something
and make some
like
change.
just like because they from what I felt like I've heard is like they want change.
Yeah, they just want.
It's just the how to get there is the issue.
Exactly.
So outside of football, I wanted to ask how you, because Ophi was on Crete in Ireland, and then now you're here in mainland. How would you describe some of the differences? Because I feel like there's a lot of differences with island life and actually being around Athens.
So I mean, I'm from a big city, like over 1 million people, and so I'm used to that, like the hustle and bustle of that. I like that, but also like Calgary. If you ever come, you'll know it's like kind of
I'll be
like,
there.
Yeah, small town, a little bit like everyone somehow knows everyone, right? Big city, small town. That's just kind of how it's described. So when I moved to Crete, I was like, I had been to Crete before, but not in Heraklion, which is like the capital, I guess you would call it. And it's small, like it's isolating, like. There's really not that much to do, especially during the winter months, because it's mainly like a touristy island, right? So like from when I was there January to May, like it only got busy. Like there were really only people around like end of April, beginning of May.
Right. And
so I had to like find stuff to do. Like every day I would just take the bus down to the center and like walk around and like go to the same stores and do that. So it was definitely really small, but like I enjoyed it because I was in Greece.
Yeah,
it's like on an island and
very
it was
relaxing
fun.
And like.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a very different life. And then coming to Athens, I was excited because I wanted that big city feeling and something different from Crete. And so here, I mean, although we're like in a suburb, we still are able to go travel
easily
down to the center, and it's a little bit more lively and like it's always kind of like bustling and so I would say that's like kind of the big difference. And then the people are definitely, I mean, they're Greek, but like, the mentality is a little bit different. I think Athens is a little bit more liberal, like, and open to certain like ways of life and
new ideas.
Exactly.
More open-minded.
Yeah, more open-minded.
So,
okay, this is a big one.
This is a big one. I don't think you told me initially when you first got here, but like a couple months into the season, you told me that it was probably gonna be your last season.
Yes.
Just playing professionally. Like you're gonna keep playing, but playing professionally. And I want to know, like, did you know coming into this that you knew it was gonna be the last one? Yeah,
I mean, like, so you somehow chase this dream that you never think is gonna happen, and I ended up starting my professional career at 28, and I had already like built my like my other professional career, which like I'm a fundraiser, like I've told you, and so I was like, I can't say no to this opportunity. Like it would be stupid. Anyone would be stupid to say no to an opportunity like this. And so like fortunately, I was able to work remotely and keep my job and my career because I know that that's what I want to end. Like I want to continue doing that, and I want to grow as a fundraiser. And so I went home after my first the first few months last season, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I really like loved Greece that much. Like the soccer's kind of I don't know, it's unorganized, is this and that. So I didn't think I was gonna go back. I was like, I'll just go back to my job and my normal life. And then I got this opportunity which came out of nowhere, and and I said, okay, one season, why not?
Like full season.
One full season, I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit to it. And like luckily, I mean, the difference wasn't at Ophi, I wasn't starting. I was like a late international, so I had to like adjust and like and I was getting time but not that much time. So maybe that was like kind of the difference. And then I came, when Santa had reached out to me, and I was like, okay, I'll have a starting position. That's different. That's fun. More playing time. So I I decided, I'll do one more year. I mean, fortunately, again, like my job and my organization, they let me go remote, so I was able to keep the job.
Which is really nice.
I'm so lucky. Yeah. I wouldn't come here without a job. Another job, second income. But I told myself, like, this is my last one, like.
So you knew before, like, this is
I knew. Well, I told everyone, I'm like, I'm doing one more season, and I'm going back home. So I kind of always knew that was my plan.
So playing this season though, like, did you have any thoughts of like, maybe I want to experience a different country playing, or like just totally was like, no, this is fine?
See, like, the difference is, like, I just never thought this was gonna happen to me, and so it's never been like, oh, I want to like go to Europe and play footy. Instead, for me, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Greece, have fun, live in Europe, try and travel a little bit, and then I'll like go back home. So I honestly have no intentions, or never had any intentions of going anywhere else.
Yeah, you're in your mind, you're just like, because you said before, like, you had regrets, like, in your earlier years, like, this is probably a healing, like, thing for you.
I've healed a lot, and that's exactly it. Like, I needed to do this to prove to myself that I could do it. Yeah. Because I had so much, like, I regret every single day, like, screwing up my opportunity in university, not, training as much as I could have, and focusing on the game, because I think my life with footy would be completely different.
Yeah, if I did for sure. That. For sure. I mean, you took a couple years off, but I think a huge reason why I want to like do this is because your story is like, it could be similar to a lot of other people. It's like taking years away and then being able to be like, no, I'm coming back to it. Yeah. And I'm going to commit to it. And then like things happen, and that's the coolest thing. Yeah. That's the coolest thing. Like literally anything can happen. Yeah. Especially in football.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you have to be good at it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you have to have the.
You're here for a reason.
But you also need to want it, and you need to like. You need to be accountable. You need to have the right mindset. Like,
and I think you also don't have an agent too. So that's also a huge thing. And then I think you being older, like you have life experience to be able to like do it yourself.
To navigate all of this stuff, like, which is why I think it was meant to be now instead of 5 years ago when I was still like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So that's definitely it. And it happened at the perfect time.
No, I agree. I think so. And I also wanted to do like our chat at the very end of our season, because again, I knew that you're gonna retire after this. So a question I want to ask was like, after everything, do you feel fulfilled in your pro experience and like your overall career?
I do. I think about it all the time. Like, I think, and this is probably something you can relate to, I think you're like living this life and you're in kind of like a bubble, because like you're with your teammates, you're in Greece, you're away from your family, your sport, what you're used to, and like you're just day by day kind of like grinding it out, like, box to box, taking the bus 10 hours to Thessaloniki, like that's just like your life, and
the strikes,
like the farmer strikes. And you don't really get time, I would say, or like you don't think about it as much, just like how cool of an experience you're living until after. You come maybe closer to the end of it, and you're like, damn, we just did that for 10 months. Like, so right now I have that feeling of like gratitude, and I'm so proud of myself for doing this, because like, what is the stat? Like 0.3% of people go play professional. Like,
well, it's like it goes from like childhood playing, and then like how many people continue it through college, and then how many people go pro. Like it's that. Like it's such a small percentage.
Yeah. So for me, even though like I didn't think about it really that often until maybe more recently. Like holy shit, we did it. Yeah. Holy shit, I did it. I'm very proud of myself for.
I'm proud of you too. Oh, like I love the story. Like it's really cool for me, and I'm sure cool for anyone that's gonna be watching this.
And I'm very fulfilled. Like even though there's so many highs and so many lows, the experiences we get like beyond the pitch, I think, make it amazing. So.
Well, off of that, like what like life lessons have you learned and what you're going to take away from this whole experience?
Oh, I think for me, like, I still have a hard time as a striker, like, you know, not letting the stats like affect like who I am or my confidence. And so like, you know, that's something I'm like, I'm not like you have to learn how to separate yourself from who you are as a player, and I think like that's something that I've like learned to do.
Like you're a person first.
Yeah, I'm a person first, and like sometimes I think everyone forgets that that we are people first, and sometimes, you know, we just have bad games, and you can't take that home with you. You can't like tie your identity to like how you perform on the field. Like it's really, really hard to do that.
Well, and also here, like you said before, just playing pro in general is like you're in it for 10 months, so straight. It's you have to like intentionally take out of it. Because you could very easily be like obsessed with it every single day. So that's something I've definitely learned to like get better at, but I think it'll always be something I struggle with. But there's that, and then I think just like the independence. I've always been independent, but like really just like handling the hard stuff alone. I think it can be really tough at times, but I think like that just makes you grow, and so being able to just like deal with it by yourself, whether it's like financially or like you know, emotionally, mentally, like you just have a lot of alone time to think about these things, and so dealing with all that alone and like continuing to be positive in like negative situations. Like I've always been the type of person who's like half glass but glass I'm a half glass person.
Glass half empty. I'm always glass half empty, and so like learning to be a little bit more positive and less cynical.
Changing the perspective a little bit.
Those are kind of big
I also think like playing professionally, like the stuff, like what I've found out is like you have so much free time. It's also, I mean, what you just said, like figuring out how to entertain yourself, but also like figure yourself out on your own.
Exactly.
So off of that too, like what advice would you give someone, not even like wanting to play in Greece, but like wanting to just like become a pro in general?
What advice would I give?
Or maybe in Greece too, like what?
I think so this is a good question. What would I give? Honestly, the advice I would give would be establish something outside of soccer that you can also focus on while you're here. Because like you said, like you have so much free time. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I have another job that takes up 25-30 hours of my week. And something else you can like focus on and distract yourself with, so you're not, you know, alone and in your thoughts and watching TV all day or whatever it is. Like I would really I think that is so important. I also think it's, you know, really important when you're done, you're like, okay, you have something to fall back on.
Exactly.
Or if like you get really badly injured, like you have something to fall back on, because I think a lot of people like this is just like their life, and they don't build something outside of it that they can fall back on if something happens. Like I honestly would really recommend that. Also, like making money in addition to the money you're making here, I think is like crucial.
Because I think there's in the women's game specifically, there's only a small percentage of women's professional female athletes that like make enough money to sustain like a healthy way of living
with just that.
So I definitely agree with that.
Do that.
Do that.
You need that second.
Figure that out. Figure that out. So, and then just talking about Greece in general, I want to know like what some of your favorite aspects have been living in Greece, and then what some not so great aspects have been.
Okay, favorite, the weather. The food.
Food's great.
The weather and the food are amazing, and like
coming from Calgary, coming from Wisconsin, like great.
Yeah, like it's snowing. It's what a day is it? It's May 17th and it's snowing in Calgary now. So there you go. And it's 25 degrees here.
There you go.
So yeah, weather, food. I also think like I do like the culture of it. Like I like, you know, there's some days where I hate like the slowly kind of lifestyle, but there's also some days where you're craving that. Yeah, I need that, right? Like I like that they don't have like work over everything kind of mindset, like the 9 to 5, like you gotta grind, corporate America, corporate Canada. You know, I respect that a lot. So that's what I really like. What I don't like.
Let's take it off the list. What are we?
I don't like how archaic it is.
Yeah.
I don't like that there's not a lot of representation in the women's game. Like, out of like, I don't know, however, like 14 teams, there's like one female coach.
Yeah.
We have one female staff who I don't even know is like, I don't know if she's actually considered staff. She's just like kind of there as like a practicum student, and like we don't really talk to her or like engage with her. And I think, you know, especially with like how much I care about the next generation, I think like that is like, it's so important to me. And so I just don't like that. I think they need more women in the women's game. Like, how, I don't know how we're supposed to like be successful without them.
Yeah.
But they also don't seem to understand that. So that's another.
Well, they do not.
They also, so that's
like
another.
You need women in the women's game. I feel like that's
like
very
it's
simple,
straightforward, easy. Like, I literally went to a conference in Athens on the women's game, and they're like, you should always have a woman on your staff, and I was like, you should. Yeah. So that
I think in like that just topic that you brought up, I think it's sometimes when you're like in the season, like as a international, like playing pro abroad, like you get stuck in like, what am I actually doing here? I think just us being here for like the next internationals or like the next generation coming in, like just what we've even argued with people, what we've brought up to people, we're trying, and like I just hope like it's gonna help the next person.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you know, we really just want to make the game better than we found it, and having those conversations, advocating for yourselves, like you don't realize how like frustrating that is.
Yep.
Until you like talk to someone and you just know that it's going in one ear,
someone from a completely different side of the world
changes.
Yeah, like completely different mindset. It's like traveling is just so important in general, but like especially like what we're doing, it's like, wow, we come from two completely different sides of the world.
Completely different sides of the world. And also, I really don't like the language barrier. Like, that is such difficult. A freaking frustration for me, because it's like not even just that you can't understand what they're saying. It's like when you try to communicate with someone who doesn't speak the same language as you, it's like the tone gets, you know, shuffled a little bit, and like sometimes I feel like they're taking it as you're being aggressive or condescending or, you know, this, that, and then they start getting defensive. I'm like, I'm just trying to be vulnerable in this conversation, and you're getting defensive and angry because you think I'm like trying to attack you, but that's not what's happening.
I think that's like is on so many things where it's like, it's a language barrier, but it's also culturally, it's also like a man versus a woman, because it's just all our staff is men. Like, it's just so many things, and I feel that's even one thing. Like, if a person from the US and Canada wants to go abroad in these like non-English speaking countries, like there's people that speak English, but like that's not their obviously primary language. It's like they could speak English, like I'm sure that they do, but it's still not their first language. So like even that, it's like there's always going to be some sort of disconnect. So like trying to be mindful of that and working around that is so important for someone coming in.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then my last thing is like what your future plans are and what your goals are.
Future plans.
Yeah.
So
after all this.
So I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go right back to where I kind of left off, like working. I work at a nonprofit as a fundraiser. I've been there for 4.5 years. So I'm gonna continue that. But like one thing I have been thinking about a lot is I do possibly want to be an agent or something. Like. Yeah,
okay,
I know I haven't really told anyone that, but that's because I'm like, it's always kind of been in the back of my mind. But like, I want to get certified, but I don't know necessarily if I want to just strictly be an agent. I more want to be like a consultant.
Okay.
And I want to like bridge this gap, because I feel like
in the women's game.
Yeah, because I feel like especially in Calgary, like with all the opportunities now with like the NSL and, you know, APL and all this and that, like a lot of the girls who are coming up, like they don't really know what to do or like how to get to this situation. They like, and like, who's the right agent, or like,
right.
you know, how do we do this and that? So I think it would be cool having that experience and just being certified with like, and all this knowledge in the game, and like the laws around certain things and transfers and whatever, like to have that, and then just like be a consultant.
Yeah.
From like fresh grads out of university too.
I could 100% see you doing that.
Yeah,
like going back
cool.
to school.
Pastime fun.
Okay, wait, cameo. Miss Tyne Tolson is here, everybody.
Hi guys. TBT. Look at how far we've all come this year.
He's like trying to be sneaky. I'm like, just
no, I'm just go. It's fine. No, I can 100% see you doing that. I think you'd be great at that too.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, and
I've been thinking about it.
I mean, like, you probably know this about me already. I don't like school, so what I've heard is it's a tough exam. But like, I think if I dedicate my time to it, I can figure it out.
I think all your experiences leading up to that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it would be a difficult thing.
No, and if that's not what I end up doing, my end goal would be to work as a fundraiser, or like work in development, like whether it's partnerships or sponsorships in a sports organization.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be women's football, but
no,
you
but
would like it to be.
I mean, I would, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm happy that you want to stay around the sport, because I feel like it's the biggest thing.
It's huge for me.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go back. I'll coach probably. Like maybe I have my C license, but I'll maybe like look for the next one, the B license, and kind of go from there.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I think that's something great to end
Yeah,
on.
okay.
And I'm really happy that we got to do this. This is actually my last day in Greece, so I was like, alright, we got to do this before I leave.
Yes.
Also, I want to say thank you for the hat. Ty and Kendall got me this hat, and I needed to wear it today. Stay curious. And yeah,
Thanks,
I love you,
Hannah.
bud.
I love you too. That was good. I feel like it flowed well.
Yeah. Also, okay. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you want to watch any of the past ones, like I said, you can go to my YouTube channel or go to my Instagram, and the link is in my bio. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.